household, huh?
Oh my gosh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Everyone except for myself, knock on wood. And then when Josh was sick, it was terrible because it was like having 4 children.
Right.
Single mother to 4 children. It was rough.
Isn't that how it always is when the guys get sick?
And then his sickness, I kid you not, lasted an entire week. He was sick all week long.
Wow.
With fever, chills, everything.
That's awful.
Yeah, and then the baby caught whatever he had, and whenever the baby's got a fever, he ends up having like the little febrile seizures. And they're so terrifying because it just looks like he's dying. And it's just really stressful. So it's just been really crazy.
Yeah.
And then you saw my brother's public bashing. Yes. I cannot even explain to you. I'm so angry with him. But we're moving past that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's going to be people that are like that. It's really unfortunate that sometimes it's people that are the closest to us. But there's a reason that he's doing that. Like, either he's unhappy with himself or he's jealous that you're moving forward and you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. There's a number of things it could be. You just have to love people where they are, take it with a grain of salt, and just move forward. And if you look at that post, your tribe came out and defended you. It was amazing.
Oh yeah. And then he sent me a text message and was like, look at all your fake ass friends and da 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 da. So then he started bashing me over the phone where there was nobody, to back me up. And I was like, listen, dude, I don't need to hear it. I told him, I said I was stressed out. Usually my go-to thing is like comfort food when I'm stressed. I'm totally a stress eater. And I only got a soda. So for me, I was like, good. I only got the soda and not the food.
Yeah.
Huge. Because usually when I'm stressed, it's the cookies, the cake, all that stuff. And I've been so stressed. So then when he put me out on it, I was like, you know what? I don't need to hear it right now.
Yeah.
That's
an accomplishment, though, and that's a huge step forward. And the fact that this is happening should show you that, like, you're taking steps forward. It's not going to happen overnight. That change doesn't you don't just wake up and go, oh, okay, I'm never going to have pop ever again. I had a pop this weekend. It happens. There's still going to be times that you want to have that. And even if you weren't stressed out and you just decided, look, I've been really good and I just want to have a Coke today.
Right, I'm going to go for it.
Right, like that's perfectly fine because nobody said that you have to have 100% diet all the time. It's just working on making most of your meals healthier majority of the time. Shooting for 60-40 or that 80-20 if you're really wanting to be spot on. But nobody ever said I had to be 100% all the time.
And Josh and I used to be so terrible with the soda. It was like twice a day, every day. We were getting the big giant fountain drink.
Yeah.
And so we needed to have cut it out and maybe have one once a month. That's a huge for me.
Share that though. Share that with people. That's your story. I didn't know that until you just shared that with me. Share that. Yeah, I did break down. Yeah, I had a bad week or whatever, but I prevented myself from totally going overboard and totally losing it and, kept it to just the drink. Share that. That's you being real.
Right there. Sorry, Dom's asking me where baby wipes are.
Okay. No, but I love that your tribe came. That's what happens. You're gonna have haters. You're gonna have people that are gonna call you out. For goodness sakes, I don't know if you've ever listened to April McDonald, but she's one of the elite coaches on Kelly's team. She was a 5-star diamond this past year, and her one of her sisters is one of her diamonds. Her other sister wants absolutely, she thinks Beachbody is a cult. She wants nothing to do with it. And she has actually blocked April and their other sister, Melissa, from seeing any of their posts. like they still interact on a normal basis when it comes to the kids and family, and they love each other. But when it comes to health and fitness, she just calls April out on all this stuff, and kind of like your brother, like just blows it way out of proportion. And it's, April's just learned, look, like I'm doing me. Like I love you and I'm here for you and I love you where you're at. And if this is not for you, that's perfectly fine. But I'm doing me and this is about me. This isn't about you. This isn't about making you happy. This is about what I'm doing for myself and for my family. And if that's not okay with you, so be it.
Right.
Don't apologize for that.
I felt about it. I was like, listen, I'm human. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not. I'm not going to deny that that's my soda. But let's move on from it.
Yeah.
You wanted, to just create chaos and dwell on it. And I was like, enough is enough.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and I just love him where he's at and move forward and let it be. Don't keep bringing it up, or if he brings it up, just ignore it, because he's not getting the response that he wants out of you. And then so he's just trying to fuel it more. And he was texting you because he wasn't getting the response that he wanted on Facebook.
He wanted. Right. And that's why I said he went to a place where he could only access me and not have to hear everybody else's, support.
Right.
And I think, like I said, my stepdad went with me to the Super Saturday.
Yeah.
And he's asking a lot of questions, like about Shakeology and things like that. And then he's the one that I go to the gym with.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. That's what I thought. That's who you're working out with when you go to the gym.
And so I think that also has got my brother feeling some type of way. I'm not talking about it, but he's just acting funny. So
yeah, just let it be.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So tell me about Super Saturday. How was that? Like, what did you really enjoy the environment?
Yeah, it was different than what I had pictured in my mind. I don't know. In my mind, I had more of like a convention. I don't, how it is when you go to something.
You're not sure. Yeah.
So obviously it was different than what I had anticipated. And then for the talking, well, in the beginning, they did like a lot of interacting, and that was cool, getting to know the people in the area. And there was a lot of people who were there on their own. There was actually more first-time people there than returning coaches. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
It was our first time being there. And, hard hearing people's story, because they actually
go with Daddy.
Like a slideshow versus her telling her story.
Wait, what was it? Your phone's it's kind of hard to hear you all of a sudden.
Okay. All right, maybe if can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
No, the girl, she did like a slideshow.
Oh.
And I don't know, I'm really short, so it's hard for me to see a slideshow with a bunch of heads in the way. And so she had written out her story in words on the bottom of the slideshow.
Oh.
Read all of it. So I really didn't know what her story was. I was just looking at pictures. The pictures were motivating, and you can see her successful photos. But I really didn't know what her story was. I didn't know where she came from, where she was going. So, I didn't really take too much from that, but it was only because I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been better had she spoken.
Right.
And I would hear it. So that part was just a little disappointing, because I really did want to hear, their success stories and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was really awesome, and it was super helpful. The questions that they talked about and the information that they gave us was really cool in the answer section. And then the workout was absolutely awesome.
What did you guys do for your workout again?
We did the turbo.
Oh, yeah, because Liz probably led that or helped with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really cool. I've never done like a group power workout like that. So that was super cool. I worked my butt off, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was a good experience, and I'm hoping you guys come up for this next one.
We are. We're already planning it. I know that myself and PJ will be there without a shadow of doubt because I don't miss Super Saturdays. And we don't have one here in Toledo next time. It's going to be in Columbus. So I figure if we come to you, then we get to be with you. Chelsea is in like the Akron area, so she would be right there. And I know that a lot of the girls that are here in Toledo said, let's just carpool. And then I talked with Eva, who's in West Virginia, and Becky is in Pennsylvania, and then Donna is in Boston. So it's almost like a really good place.
Neutral.
For all of us to meet and get together. So I'm excited for that. I think April 2nd is that next one. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, so we'll have to keep our eyes open for when that's when they start posting about that. Okay, cool. So I'm excited that you went to that. That's really awesome that you went, even though your stepdad went with you. You were going to go by yourself. So that's really awesome.
People who were going to go with me, and for whatever reason, stuff came up and they had to cancel, and I was like, oh man, oh well, I'm going.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really good.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about how things are going. Do you have any questions? What are you struggling with? What can I help? Just talk to me a little bit.
I have been reaching out to people. A lot of people are still hesitant on actually signing up to coach, or every time I bring up, a challenge pack or things like that. Some people just found out that they're pregnant. Some are planning vacations. It's just like everybody is coming up with all types of stuff at the same time. Yeah. And so I'm trying to do, I want to try and do like my first free clean eating group.
Yeah.
To see if maybe that will spark a few people, because a lot of people have just told me they don't want to do the programs because it's too much money and it's too expensive to eat healthy, is what I'm hearing from people.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, you're cutting out. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you again.
Okay, I got too comfortable.
Your arms like this.
Yeah, this happened. I said, no, lift your arm up. So they, when I suggested nutrition, oh, well, it's too expensive to eat healthy. It's too much money to buy this and that. And so I want to see if maybe I can do like a clean eating group and kind of focus on like clean eating on a budget.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, search Pinterest and stuff and compile some recipes that are on a budget and kind of gear, if that's the objection that you're getting a lot with people, start showing people that you can eat healthy foods, on a budget, and you can stretch them out.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking about doing, because I keep hearing the same response over and over. And so I'm thinking the only way to get through to them is show them it's possible. Let me teach you how. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I've got 3 of them myself. The noise.
He's not feeling very good, so he's just being kind of whiny. He
wants his mama.
All right, go sit with Daddy, please. You can sit here, but you gotta be quiet. Yeah, can you be quiet? Okay. I don't know, he woke up yesterday with kind of a snotty nose, and today he has that real raspy voice, so it's okay.
It's like the first snowfall set in and the cold air, and
I know.
Everybody's down the count.
We've done pretty good. We've avoided it pretty good until he's got this little, hopefully it's just a cold and it's nothing that lingers too long.
I'm telling you, the kids got over theirs fast, but Josh, forget it.
Well, he's a guy. Come on, you know better. Those grown men, they forever to heal. I told PJ, I said between his elbow hurting and his foot now that we had to take him to get x-rayed yesterday, I said, I'm just going to trade you in. You tease me that I'm old all the time, but you're the one that's falling apart.
Right. They're just so funny. Men are just so funny.
Yeah.
Josh says to me last night, he's like, did you hear me coughing? I couldn't breathe. Like, no, I was sleeping.
Yeah, I try to ignore you when you're like dying and like, ah.
Like,
you'll be fine. I had it last week and I still maintain the whole house. You'll be fine. You're breathing.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
So,
a really great idea is to get a good okay, you're being too lucky.
Socialize.
Yeah. I think that's a really great idea to do the clean eating group, and get with Eva. Ask her, because she's actually taking over our team clean eating group, and she just ran a really successful clean eating group for 7 days with like little mini challenges and stuff, and she had a lot of participation. So
I reached out to her and I had asked what the mini challenges were and what styles and things that she used. So she actually already told me. I did reach out to her. I believe it was last week.
Okay, cool.
Because I saw, what she had posted in the group chat.
Yeah.
So I her and I got that information. Yeah, because I think if I do that, then hopefully I can get a few people on board once they see it's possible if I really want to work. And then I had a couple people actually reach out to me over the phone and ask me if I'd be interested in doing like meal prepping with them. Like, because the one lady said that she wants to exchange recipes, but she thought it'd be fun if we all got together, cooked one of our favorite healthy recipes, and then kind of like swapped and prepped food together, I guess. I don't know. I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But she reached out to me asking me if I'd be interested in doing that with some of the other girls who are interested in eating healthy.
Yeah.
I don't know if something like that would work or not, but
it's worth giving it a try to see.
Because like I have one girl who said she doesn't like sharing recipes because she's a single mom and she's the only one who eats the recipe, and the stuff always goes to waste because she's making too much. So, I'm just hearing all these different, I don't want to call them excuses, but I keep hearing all these different things.
Yeah, different objections. So something that works really well for that is a lot of the recipes like in Fixate and a lot of the recipes that we do are like 4 servings. So typically when we're meal planning, we'll eat the same thing Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll eat the same thing Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday is usually like a homemade pizza, or we'll do something different, but we typically eat the same exact thing for 2 days. But for somebody in that situation, I would teach that person how to freeze the meal so that the food's not going to waste. Like, let's say she wants to eat that meal on Monday and Wednesday, and then she cooks again on Tuesday and has that meal for Tuesday and Thursday. So she's only still cooking, 2 or 3 days, but then she can freeze the rest, and maybe in 2 weeks, because she doesn't want to eat the same thing next week right away, then she would have the leftovers.
Okay.
And I portion them. Like if we have leftover soups, or like we had, I made a bunch of turkey sloppy joes, clean turkey sloppy joes, and I just portion that enough that it's in the right portions and throw it in the freezer. And then like on a quick night or whatever, we don't have an excuse. We can just pull it out, defrost it or whatever, and then we have that meal.
Okay, perfect. I can definitely, because like sometimes I just have difficulty when I'm talking to people and they come up with objections, then I'm like,
yeah.
What to say back.
How you would handle it? Like, what would you do if you had leftovers, or if like you have vegetables that are getting ready to go bad? I know Lori posted a picture 2 days ago, I think, that she had a bunch of vegetables that were getting ready to go bad, and she said, "What do you do when you have a bunch of vegetables going bad?" And she made like a vegetable soup or something. So It's putting those ideas out there and providing value to the people who are following you. And then as you add more value and the people you're talking with and you give them little tips, I'm not saying give them a full laid out meal plan. I mean, we have a 4-week meal plan that you can give to people for free in our files, but I'm not saying spoon feed everything to everybody, but giving them something of value so they don't feel like you're just doing it for yourself, if that makes sense.
Right.
So, and then making your posts to wrap around that too, you know, sharing with people, you know, when you do your meal prep, maybe a little tip that you do, you know, when you do meal prep, or how you prepare that stuff, or, you know, if you do have leftovers that you maybe throw in the freezer for on-the-go meals, and, you know, just sharing all those little things that you do on a daily basis, because people who are used to fast, convenient meals don't think that they can freeze stuff like that, or they don't think to, you know, because they're just used to, okay, we're going to have, you know, pizza and the pizza's gone. So the next day they have to order something else out or whatever. They don't have the leftovers.
Even in my house, everyone usually just eats the entire meal. We just don't even have the leftovers. So that's why I wouldn't even think.
Yeah.
Because, you know, usually what I make is about 4 servings, but between Josh, myself, and the kids,
right,
it's on.
Right.
Have enough for Josh to take to work.
Right.
So that's why that thought didn't even occur to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's just something that you can, you know, just have her portion it out, and then she can, you know, pull it out of the freezer the night before, and then that way it'll be ready for her the next evening, and it's single servings and she's not wasting a bunch of money and throwing it away.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I can do that then. That's no problem.
Yeah. And, you know, the reality is that people are going to want to have something to kind of like, once you start doing free groups, that sort of thing, we have to give people a little bit of value. Most people. I mean, there's some people that'll jump right on board and say, okay, I'll try it or whatever. Something to also keep in mind if somebody's really interested is that we do offer the 30-day money back guarantee. So occasionally I will throw that out there to people because, you know, a lot of times maybe $140 is like all they have left for the month. You know, I mean, let's be real. A lot of people don't have just an extra $140 laying around because everybody's living paycheck to paycheck. So they're afraid to let that $140 go. And if it doesn't work, that they're out that $140 that they could have maybe paid extra to their card or their credit card or whatever. So, you know, throw that out there and be like, you know, I something that really helped me in the beginning and I still use to this day is feel, felt, found. So, girl, I totally get how you're feeling because that's how I felt. Like, share with them how you felt when you got started and how it took you a little bit of time to wrap your head around it, and that it was scary and you just weren't sure. But what you have found is it's worth the investment. It's changed your lifestyle. You guys are on a healthier path and it's really helping you. So feel, felt, found is a great way to walk people through and connect with them and just be real, like that you felt those feelings too, but you decided that you were worth taking that investment or making that investment. And what you have found is, you know, you're on a healthier path and you're being successful working towards your goals.
Right. Okay. You make it personable.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you relate, because you probably did feel that way. You know, at some point, if you think about when you first started, you did feel like, okay, that's a big investment. I don't know. Is it really going to work? Am I going to stick to it? Like all those different things. So you can definitely relate to them.
Yeah. And then I know, like, you know, with Josh and I, we had purchased so many programs in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to buy another one. I already have so many.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So feel, felt, found. And then the other thing is make sure you're adding to your list. Like, are you still growing your list and adding new people that you're searching through Facebook and what they taught you at the Super Saturday? I know that's something that they covered for you to start working on that too.
I'm following up with people, but I am adding new, where I'm actually sitting down, writing down new names. I'm finding those people, reaching out to them. I'm befriending people that I wouldn't normally befriend, you know.
Yeah.
Usually I feel, okay, well, I'm going to friend this person because I was friends with them in high school, or I actually have had a personal relationship with this person. But now I'm trying to request people like, okay, I saw you at so-and-so's birthday party, so let me request you and remind you of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely reaching out to more people.
Okay.
And then
Cool.
I'm trying to figure out how to be in more groups. But I don't know. It seems like whenever I type in different group categories, I'm not really finding very many open groups to follow or join. Try and reach out that way.
I added myself to a couple today. Like, think of things that are unique to you. And I actually, two of the groups, I just did a groups, like just clicked on groups, and I think it said search or something. I don't remember exactly what it said, but when I was on my computer and I clicked on groups, it like gave me all these different groups that people are in. And I definitely just kept scrolling past the ones that I had tons of mutual friends in that were probably Beachbody coaches. So I just kept going, and I found two groups. One is meals on a budget. They're not healthy meals, but it's just meals on a budget. But I thought that's a start, right? So
Right.
Meals on a budget, and there's like 7,000 people in the group, and I don't have any mutual friends in that group, so that was a score. And then another one was non-GMO foods. So like that picture I posted today. And I don't have any mutual friends in that group either. And it has, I don't remember how many, but a few thousand people in that group too. So I just literally went off of what Facebook was suggesting or whatever, and just scrolled through all the different suggestions. And then the other one I requested was a Doberman group, because I have a Doberman. So finding things that are unique to you, maybe blended families. You know, maybe connecting with other moms that are a step parent, or I know that you are really his full-time mom, but you know what I mean? That's something else that you can connect with somebody, and maybe even help somebody through things that you've had to deal with, and connect with them on a really personal level. And that's going to be something that really connects to you as well, because you have a similar story.
Absolutely.
So things like that, just things that make you who you are and make you different. Like, think about, that makes you different than me, so I'm not can be able to connect with the person. I can from being the kid side of it, but not from being on the parent side of it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So definitely just things that are unique to you that you can really connect with people on a personal level.
Okay. Absolutely. I mean, I just thought that was an awesome idea.
Yeah.
That I never thought of myself. And I told you, the one lady said she was in just a breastfeeding group, and that she was able to reach so many women that I thought, oh my goodness, like, why have I never thought of that?
Yeah. And some things that I did, because I don't want to be overwhelmed with notifications, is I turned my notifications off for that group, for those groups I added myself in. So when I do my group check-in on my power hour, that's just going to be part of my like 5 or 10 minutes each day. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to go in that group and scroll through and make comments on what strikes me, or interact with who I want to start conversation with, and then be done with it. Because if you start adding yourself to like 3 or 4 more groups to start building relationships, and you're starting to get all those notifications, you might get a little bit overwhelmed. So that I would just make sure that you make it on your list in your power hour to check every day.
Yeah.
In with those groups. I moved them to my favorites, so they're in the top part of my section. I don't have to go searching for them. And then I turn the notifications off. So I just know when I go into my favorites, when I do that part of my day, I'm just going to go in there and check them. And people.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I've definitely been doing stuff like that to get out of my comfort zone and the same, people that I'm always.
Right. Expand your circle. Because sometimes those people that are closest to you have to kind of see what you're going to do and see other people get on board with you. Once you start getting a couple people and even enrolling your first coach, that's going to help you to gain momentum. And that's going to help other people to see that you are doing something and you are helping, and you're like, oh, this really is real. Like some of those people that are closest to us are like, is she like for real? Like, is she going to stick with it? Like that sort of thing. So, but obviously your tribe is already speaking up. You know, they're already encouraged by you.
I was super, super excited by that. That, yeah, I felt really good about that. And not everybody that, you know, commented or said something, not all of them are close friends that I talk to on a daily basis. So it was people that I really only speak to on Facebook, you know, I haven't seen in a while. So it was really cool to see that people are watching and sticking up. It was really nice. I even had like a couple people private message me about it, you know, and they were like, don't listen to them, just focus on yourself, and then people will follow, and, you know, just really encouraging. So it was really awesome just to have that support from I think, you know, you focus on so much on helping other people or reaching other people that sometimes you just forget to give yourself the little pat on the back,
the credit,
right, your own recognition. So that was really cool, and you know, that definitely lifted my spirits.
Yeah, it should, girl.
Yeah. So I'm trying. I've been trying to stay more active on Facebook and do multiple posts in a day versus, you know, my one post a year. My other post. I'm trying.
No, you're doing. You are doing.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
It's been a rough couple weeks, but I'm doing what I can.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're doing awesome. And those people speaking out for you and reaching out to you, that's proof that you're building your brand. That people really are seeing that you are being true and you're being genuine, and they're going to stick up for you. Those are the people that you want to connect with, and those are the people you want to work with.
Absolutely.
Awesome, girl.
Cool.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can help you with tonight?
You know, I had something and I didn't write it down. The life of me, I can't remember now. If I remember,
we'll think of it when we get done.
Yeah. I know that there was something when I set up the call. I said, okay, definitely want to talk to her about this, and I lost it.
The only thing that you said on the comments was that setting up challenge group.
Yeah. And then I had spoken with Eva a bit. And so then I thought that I was okay with that. And there was something that came to mind. I can't remember now. So.
Well, if you think of it, just shoot me a text or a message through Facebook.
I'll let you know.
All right.
I think good, and I know what, you know, I need to keep working on and focus on, and I'll keep pushing.
Yeah.
So.
Keep doing it. You're doing a great job.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. Start making some new connections with people and kind of get out of your circle a little bit, and that'll help you to gain some momentum and start building new relationships with people. And I definitely think that doing a 7-day group and, you know, gearing it towards budgeted meals for 7 days or whatever it is, I think that that's a great idea.
Yeah, because you know, I've had a couple people do the 5 group with you, and I had a few people say that, you know, it was a little weird because you were leading it and they didn't know you, and so like interact in the group, they would text me and then you know, I had other people talking about the budget, so I thought, you know, maybe it's time for me to do my own little group and see what happens.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely. Absolutely. And if you know, like if the first of the month works well for you, that tends to be a really good time to do a free group, because then you're wrapping it up the second week, and then you can get a full challenge group going the 3rd or 4th week. So that's going to help you to earn Success Club in the first couple weeks of the month, so that you're not stressing at the end of the month, you know, trying to really reach out to people and push for it. So a lot of the top coaches do that. They'll do a free group the first week, and then, you know, registration is that whole second week, and then their challenge group opens either the 3rd or the 4th week of the month. And that, I mean, that's how I do it. I do free group on the first Monday, and then my challenge group starts on the 3rd Monday.
Right.
So that helps to, get people enrolled and hit your goal so that you can focus on other things that you need to focus on to grow your business. Maybe the first 2 weeks you're really focusing on hitting Success Club, and then the last 2 weeks you're focusing on recruiting and inviting coaches. And
right.
And then you can kind of shift your focus, but each month you're hitting your goals and you're putting focus, it's more of a laser focus on one area for 2 weeks, and then you can move forward to the other.
Yeah, because I know, like, for me, I kind of have, like, just a one-track mind. Like, I can only focus on one task.
And that's okay. That's good.
Yeah, I think if I start thinking about coaching and then I'm thinking about challenge groups, and then I lose myself. So I know I need one at a time.
Yeah. Just make your to-do list and what you're focusing on for that day or for that week, and then you can check it off. But that's a good thing, girl, because like I almost get overwhelmed because I find myself trying to do too many things at once. Like I'm trying to check into a group, I'm adding somebody to this group, and it's like you have to focus.
Yeah.
You have to stay on one task. And so that's what I've been doing lately, is doing a to-do list and making it up at night so that I can shut my brain off and be like, okay, I wrote it all down on paper. I'm not going to forget tomorrow morning because it's on the paper. And then you can,
got it right now.
Then you can mark it off as you do it.
Yeah, because I'm usually not very organized. So I bought a brand new organizing system and notebook specifically for this, so that I know every day who I'm reaching out to, what I need to catch up on. So I'm trying to be more organized. Every day focus on one task at a time and just get it done.
Awesome. And something else that helped me that I'll tell you really quick is having your 10 in play. So if you have 10 in play is like the people who say yes or maybe are showing some interest in doing a group with you, make your list 10 in play. Like I have a week, so I put those people so I don't forget to follow up with those people. Once they say yes, they go off of my list and they go into the 10 in play.
Okay.
And then that those are the people that you're reaching out to and following up with and, giving them the close date and when you're starting and all that information.
Okay. So those are people you're zooming in on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got it written down so I don't forget. Yeah.
I hear you. That's a must. At least
yeah. Counter in my phone, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. I totally forgot we had a call tonight because you scheduled it like 2 weeks ago, I think, or the early part of last week.
A while ago.
I was sitting on the couch at 7:15 and I went, "Oh, I have a call tonight."
It's all right. I was still at the grocery store. I said, "Oh shit, I'll be home."
Well, that's why I texted you. I'm like, "Oh, you're still good?" And you're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Well, I was fine. I mean, I was just sitting on the couch." But I told PJ, I'm like, "I have a call tonight at 7:30."
Yeah, no, I had forgotten also. But when I went to get on your schedule, that was the only time that worked for me. So that's why I had to go so far out because everything was taken. And so I was like, I cannot miss my call. I'm not going to wait another 2 weeks for this. So I heard my little butt home.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I'm glad I texted you to remind you, and I'm glad my phone went off.
Yeah, me too. If not, no, I would have been upset. But
yeah. Oh man. All right, girl. Well, tomorrow night is a team call. I unfortunately am not going to be there. I have something that I have to do for my other job in the evening tomorrow. But Lori is going to lead the call for you guys, and I'm excited to listen to the playback for that. So that'll be at 8:30 tomorrow.
Okay. I'm writing it down.